What's the worst thing you did as a horny teen? Okay, so this was 1965. I had a girl I was more than friendly with who was willing to provide certain services for me. One night I was really in a bad way, so I snuck to her house and put the ladder up to her window. Her father was wise to the window tricks, so he put screws in the track so the window only opened 4 inches high. Damn the fire safety, he wasn't having a slutty daughter. So, I decided since I couldn't get in, my dick would. I got up high enough on the ladder to poke my dick through the 4-inch space so she could service me. It was wonderful until I began to orgasm and my leg shook and I went off the ladder to the ground, yanking my dick from her mouth at terminal velocity. I hit the lawn hard. I got up and grabbed the ladder and ran to put it back on the side of the garage and then raced home. I noticed when I got to the woods that my dick was throbbing and I had 4 tooth mark drags down my shaft. It was sheer pain to fold it up in my shorts. I made it home and I was having such a pain in my back I just went to sleep. I woke up the next day and was black and blue all over my back. I had broken a rib. I couldn't take the pain anymore, so I went to my dad and told him the whole story. He didn't say a word and gave me a few pain pills and told my mom he was taking me to the market with him the next day so I could help load trucks. We instead snuck off to the doctor and got me x-rayed and fixed up. My dad covered for me saying I tripped on a pallet. My dad always told me if I told the truth, he would back me up. Well, he proved it that day. I still love that man more than anything and miss him every day. Now, we should all be so lucky to have a great father like that in our lives. I have always thought that it is cool when parents can be supportive and have your back, even when they know you are making some pretty questionable decisions. Obviously, a parent could have the opposite reaction and just blow up and get extremely angry, but I think the unspoken words from the dad probably taught a big enough lesson. Also, just saying, I hope the girl learned to stop using her teeth. There was one time where the internet was down and I was super horny. My family were on a 2-day trip to collect a cat they had been looking at online. I know, kind of weird. Anyway, I'm looking around in the attic for the box for the router, thinking maybe there will be something on that to help me out. I come across this black shoebox that was covered completely in cobwebs, so I brushed them off and opened the box. It was full of black and white photos of some family, and there was one picture with who I guessed was the mother. I still remember it now. She was in a black, one-piece swimsuit with just enough cleavage to get my premature blood flowing. I jacked off to it twice up in the attic. 14-year-olds have quick revival skills, and brought it downstairs. I left it in my drawer for future use and basically forgot about it. Fast forward 2 weeks later, and I'm sitting in my room, and my mom walks in and asks, "Do I have the remote for the stereo?" I was busy playing video games and basically shrugged her off, so she takes it upon herself to look through my drawers. I don't even realize she's doing this, but I turn around and sure enough, she's found the effing family-inspired vintage porn. I'm starting to get red, so I pretend I didn't see her, and she just calls over, "Aw, this is so sweet. Where did you find this picture? I had forgotten about it." Huh? This picture of me, Larry, and basically she starts listing off her whole family members. I'm freaking out internally. So unknowingly to me, I had jacked off to a picture of my now dead grandmother. Yeah, it doesn't get much worse than that. Yeah, now that is definitely a rock-bottom low there, sir. I feel your pain. A possible plot twist to consider here, though, perhaps your mom somehow knew that you were jerking off in the attic to the picture, but instead of confronting you, she decided to pull a prank on you and tell you that it is your grandmother in the picture. But either way, being a hormonal 14-year-old teen is a weird ride, man. Fell asleep after jacking it, dick still in hand. My parents walk in, getting woken up by screaming, mom screaming like the world is coming to an end. Dad is just like, wash your hands before dinner. I waited until my parents went to choir practice, and then I grabbed one of my t-shirts. I slathered the t-shirt with Vaseline and stuffed it between my couch cushions. Then I got one of my secret nudie mags, opened it to a nice page, and laid it out on the couch. I proceeded to drop my drawers, get down on my knees, and doggy-style the fuck out of my couch. I pumped my shirt full of my 13-year-old seed and got cleaned up before they came home. It sounds bad, but there's nothing more natural than the love between a young man and a piece of upholstery. To set the scene, I was 17, living at home with my family. My room was on the top floor of a tall house, and there were 3 floors below me. For the past few weeks, I've been texting this girl I met. After having a few dates, she